Yeah, it just came up. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. This is the Village of Biscayne Park Planning and Design and Review Board for Monday, January 22nd, 2024. It is now 6:33. Do the roll call. Edward Leyva, David Grun.
Here.
H. Hartung, I'm here, as well as Raphael and Linda from the building department in the village. First, Scarlett did notify that she wasn't going to be here. Can we get a motion to excuse?
Motion to excuse Scarlett. Second.
Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the residents that are here. We'll go in order of the agenda. So, first will be, and everyone checked in, I believe. I think I got everyone. 5B, 11389 Northeast 8th Avenue, driveway Elizabeth Castillo. Tabled, needed additional details, borders, gravel, color. You submitted all the, as I'm looking it up, all the questions that we asked? Okay. So 24 and 11, coverage. Okay, yeah.
I assume that the driveway is straight 3'6" all the way from like where the fence line says it all the way to the front, right?
Setback from the property line.
Yeah.
If you like, can you just go up to the microphone, please? The Castillo, yeah, please. Just so we can ask.
Gravel color is tan. River Peak.
Okay.
16 inches at the road and 8 inches.
Yeah, so his question was, is that if you look at your survey, you're showing 3'6" from the corner, the property corner of fence that goes to is that the setback for the entire driveway? 3'6" from the property line?
El setback from the side of the house, correct?
Yeah, because you're showing in the back, you're showing a fence on your property line,
Yes.
and then you say 3'6" and then you're showing the
Correct.
gravel.
Got it. El setback va a ser 3 pies y medio de la línea de propiedad para adentro. Correcto. Sí. Yes, the whole line.
Okay, so, and then the lot coverage is that,
It's fine.
they're fine on the lot coverage. Yeah, there was just some question because of the lot of the ambiguous the drawing was with the pavers that you have going around the front and such. So there is a detail of the section, 8 inches by 16 and 8. So they have that documented, gravel.
And it's tan.
And it's tan and it's river rock. Okay.
Motion approved.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, David, no, David and then.
Thank you.
You're good. Thank you. Okay. Next would be 6A, 640 Northeast 121st Street, temporary construction fence. 748 DEV3 LLC. So is this a construction fence around the front? There's nothing to protect, or is it all the way around the perimeter? You're at 640.
Yeah, it's just, that's. On the front, but down the side up to the.
Yeah, I believe it's depicted there on the drawing, right? There's a sketch.
Yeah, but what's around the perimeter of the rest of the property?
There's fencing, pre-existing fencing all around the entire property.
And what is that fencing? It's-
4-inch chain fence on one side and 6 foot.
Okay. Okay. So the question is, are we going to require the visual buffer on the part in the rear.
That's not on the street, right?
No.
So. Second,
Okay, David, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. You know what, since, are the other ones just temporary construction fences too?
It's exactly the same
So
scenario.
let's just, since you're standing there, 6G, right? 1008 Northeast 114th Street,
Yes,
another temporary construction fence.
yes. Yeah,
But is that yours? That's Carlos Bordonia, not 748.
that's
That's
Carlos.
Carlos right there.
Yeah,
go ahead and stealth on.
What'd you do with that the pond in the back of it? Is it all, is it still there?
so there's thriving.
Okay, so the same thing, you're going around the front, from the front. You're tying into that white fence that's on the west side, I guess?
Right.
And the other side has a chain link fence that goes between the two properties.
Motion to approve?
David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. The motion carries. Okay, and then the last one is 1065, right? 1065 Northeast 119th Street, same
Yeah.
thing.
The village is eyesore. Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Carries. All right. You're good, guys.
Okay, thank you guys. Good night.
We didn't drive far, and then- we didn't drive far to.
Thanks, guys. Carlos, we'll talk. Right. Next is gonna be, let's go back up. 6C, 835 Northeast 120th Street, encloses existing patio, Gamma Products Worldwide. See, you have plans in your hand?
Yes,
Is there
we
something-
have.
If you'd like for us to see something, you can put it here.
It's just for our
We can
record,
Come
I
up and
think.
look at it when we.
I think it's the same plans that you guys have. We brought them for our reference, if any.
Just, I mean, let us just take a look real quick.
Yeah.
Nice to do it the old fashioned way with paper. Helps you see things better. So this is all in the rear.
Yes.
Correct.
This is just enclosing.
Correct.
Yeah, no, but for today, it's only the patio enclosure. The windows were already approved by you, and the driveway also was already approved, and also the roof. All of those were already approved by the design board
Okay.
previously.
Yes.
So this is nothing to do with the interior work that we're seeing here.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of drawings and it's mostly, I don't see it, patio part.
What number is that?
Sheet S one. Structural. Where is, that's the detail of the actual structural closure, where, where it's patio. Yes. Oh, over that. Where, oh, the other one, the center of the top, it's the back, it's the back, we have the plans here, so. You're looking at the house from front to back, the back is right.
So the drawing A2 that has like renovated garage apartment? That been reviewed and approved by anybody, or was that not, we're not considering that? Okay. Even though
There's-
the drawings in front of us.
Is that, yeah, there's also a bunch of clouds on like A8.
Renovated unit 2, second floor plan, 1/4 inch.
So those are building, for building funds. But for the, time board.
Because you're not allowed to have a garage apartment in Biscayne Park. I just was wondering what, if these have been voted on and,
Yeah, because I remember you guys being able to before for your windows. When we first bought the house, and I remember there were some photos that we could see this two-story structure in the back. And we could ask the time, what is that exactly? Ash apartments. I don't recall seeing some plans for the back structure.
you have this up in front of you? But as far as what you're applying for now is, you know, we can consider it, but there's a lot of drawings here for the renovated garage. So it just begs the question, what are your plans and what are you up to back there? And, are there permits being pulled for this?
We still probably change it, and it's the same, the house, the meters, the electrical meters, everything is the same. And when we buy it, we have a document.
Yeah, but
The house originally was a duplex.
yeah, the main structure was a duplex, yeah. Not,
They had, the way that it was originally, they had the structure and they had SPL even had a separate. They want that.
yeah, well,
Well, like,
here's the deal, I'm making updates to our current code. Actually, it's always been our code, is, one unit, one living unit on the property. So having a second garage, even though you might want to call it a duplex, it's not because it's two different units. So it's, you know, and I think when you first came in, we kind of brought that to your attention too. With that, you cannot have a cooking, it cannot be a place of abode. It can't be somebody like you're saying, that's a bedroom that somebody's gonna stay up there.
To answer your question, it's too small. So it would have to be a storage unit, storage.
It could be a gym, it could be a studio, it can be, you know, but when there's a kitchen and a bathroom, that's an apartment.
yeah, because it keeps
There's a cooking.
referencing, it keeps referencing comments from August 4th and September 4th.
There's an existing bathroom. That's,
That's actually not illegal to have a bathroom.
there's an existing bathroom.
So anyway, I'm just curious to know, are there any permits for all this work that's being done here? Like A2?
The tough part is you have,
Yeah, it's on.
yeah, because there's, and when was that approved? Before 8/4? Yeah.
It's because of the interior model, it's like. There was water damage to the drywall inside the garage, we replaced that.
Yeah.
Basically wherever there's water.
Just because I see on here, like August 4th, September 4th, October 9th, all three different sets of building department comments. But like when you look at some of these pages, there's everything's inside clouds, which when we see stuff in clouds, then it's like, oh, are we supposed to be like voting on, and is this a change that you made from other stuff that you already said?
Sounds like it's no permanent application.
Yeah.
For an interior renovation, so it never got routed here. And now because they're closing the porch, someone at building department said, well, that's interior application. Now we have to do it. So they've been in permit since August, September. And getting comments on any items from the interior. But other than the window permit, the first came in for. I think the roof is, like, once you got it, you're right.
So I see S1, but do you have like a site survey that shows where like on the,
So, I'm looking at, yeah, we have.
because I didn't see it unless it's at the very end.
So like if you go to D1, I see the covered space. Back right,
E1, yeah.
that's the part, then that same little area is going on that one. Even that one back right, and it's the one piece.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, I'm saying I don't have any issue.
So we're.
I
we're-
just only said half a sentence, which is not very helpful.
Enclosed patios.
So we're just voting on the enclosed patio, not on any of the rest of the renovation project, or project.
Motion to approve the enclosed patio portion on X1.
Second.
Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is January 8th one? I have a couple.
Thank you, good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that they're missing the entire second kitchen that's being put in. So if you're looking at sheet A2, they're putting a new kitchen and new bathroom up in that garage apartment. So that should be flagged and brought back to us, which is unfortunate that they're gonna have to come back again, but that's not what was applied to us today. So when we voted on what we voted on today, but there's an issue with a second kitchen on a detached structure.
Page 8,
Page on A2.
alpha dose.
I don't know if you can put a comment back to Pedro. Okay, so next will be H, 1014 Northeast 116th Street. Interior model and exterior work. Hold on. This is actually your drawings here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Northeast front, yes.
Is this the house next to Sears old house?
Swapping windows, that's it. Front door stays.
And the renovation, what is the scope of the exterior work, I guess?
It's window replacement and we're replacing the mechanical unit in the back and the pad for the mechanical unit. And I think that's it.
So if it was just a window permit, why are we not getting a window permit? Or is it, I'm trying to understand the scope. It is,
Right.
okay.
As exterior windows change.
Can we just go right over here, please?
Sure.
Yeah. In short, you'll be back in 2 weeks, month, but.
Yeah.
Once the master's approved, the windows.
So just real quick on that.
Sure.
So this is the survey. None of this exterior setbacks or anything are being affected
No, it's
in this renovation?
yeah, window replacement. we're swapping
No
AC
lot
unit.
coverage increasing or anything like that? Okay,
No,
it's all
nothing,
interior.
all
Okay.
interior,
okay.
except for the windows and the AC.
You can just show if you want to show it to us real quick. So you're just doing interior renovation,
Yeah.
okay?
So Windows demoed, AC, condensing unit demoed, new condensing unit and pad. new
One kitchen.
windows. Yeah, one kitchen. Not detached. Here's the,
None of the exterior elevations except for the windows will be affected, like the roof
Exactly.
lines or anything like that?
nothing like that.
Okay,
We're changing one, I think this is, yeah, this is a rear window. It's going from XO to XOX.
okay,
but It's they're not changing the size of it or anything.
okay.
That's it.
All right, so we're voting on the the interior renovation on this, I guess. Because we don't actually have like a, okay, but I mean, what you have is, we're gonna look at this, you got all horizontal sliders with fixed, casements and fixed windows. So we would be looking at basically this page with an application for a page A200 with
So
a
how does that
window.
work? That's not part of the original permit? or-
It's a sub permit, so like roofing permit, like driveways, anything like that, they're considered a sub permit underneath the master. So you would actually technically, you have everything you need. Except for colors. There's a color here somewhere
Okay.
that we would look at and go, okay, horizontal, we want to make sure all the windows are of a uniform design and color.
Okay.
So, which you have, so. It would just be, you wouldn't even have to come here for that. You would just have to just submit a window permit and drawing A200,
Okay.
and then we would just consider it at that point.
Now for the master application, there was a comment made that we did not include a description of the exterior work on the main application. Should I include that, the AC and the windows, even though that's gonna be separate?
We wouldn't really be so concerned about this, because of the fact that you're putting it in the rear. I mean, if you had it over here, we would say, okay, you're kind, you're in your setback. So since you're putting it in the back, you're noting it on the main permit.
Okay.
So we're gonna be like, okay, that, that you could note AC pad,
Okay.
and just, new windows, new exterior windows under separate permit, AC pad and interior renovations. So I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much would cover it.
You had a comment from the building department. Different than us, so they may
Right.
want us, they may want clear description of the scope of work on your drawing.
They wanted us to include the scope of work of the exterior work on
I
that.
would still put
Yeah.
the description, that's more.
Okay, fair enough.
Makes it super easy too on the windows. If in the application you write out somewhere like what the color of the frame is. Cause I'm not, I don't,
I'm not sure that was noted on the plans, but
Yeah, and the 200, I didn't see it.
Department level for that, they would care.
it doesn't matter to them. Yeah.
But for us, we would look at this sheet and go,
Yeah.
and if you just had another thing that said color
Color,
window, it
yeah.
would be boom. Cause these are all matching windows. I don't think there would be any issue with anything for us.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Joe.
second,
That was Ed and David. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Yeah, this is the master permit, so we would come back in for a sub. Window permit. Okay. But we don't have a window permit in front of us.
Yeah, I think that description, Rafael, is the portion of what they're doing that the department wants us to weigh in on. We just say it's fine, but they will still come back with the self and the department.
And again, it's so cut and dry, you wouldn't have to actually even show up. You would just submit it and it should be pretty cut and dry. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, John.
Yep.
All right, 6M 11150 Griffin Boulevard, new flat roof. We have the product approval and the schedule for the roof. It's all flat. There's no hip or gable. Huh?
On that side.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay. All right, and we have our product approval, so
motion to approve.
David, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Motion carries. You're approved. Thank you, sir. You too. All right. 6N 11501 Northeast Tenth Avenue, new gravel driveway. Ortiz. All right, so we're still voting on this as it's one property because it hasn't been subdivided yet, right? But you're putting the new driveway on the one side, so it's not gonna interfere with the other drive. other
Right, it's
property.
gonna be right where I'm gonna divide the lots with a 5-foot setback.
Okay,
So once I divide it, then it's gonna be there.
okay, as long as it's not closer than 30 inches to the new property line, then we're fine. But it looks like you're doing gravel in the front on the 10th Avenue side.
Yeah, but let me ask you, you said 30 inches from the property line?
So the code says the driveway can't be closer than 30 inches to the property line. So if you're putting a new property line in,
Okay,
What you were,
right.
5 feet.
you just said 5 feet, so you're fine.
Great, but you don't need
Okay.
You want it to be less?
Yeah, I want it to be as close to the property line, because probably when I divide the lot, that's gonna be patio and I'm gonna probably demolish it,
Oh, the new driveway is gonna get demolished?
probably. Because the entrance is gonna be on the other side, so it doesn't make sense, but if I put the driveway on the other side right now, I'll have to walk the entire yard, so it's the same thing, I'm not doing anything for me.
Why wouldn't, when you subdivide, why wouldn't you want one of the two, use that as a big spread?
Because if I do the garage on the other side, then I have to redo the entire yard. It's not a big deal, just,
Okay.
yeah, it's.
So we have a concrete perimeter border, 16 inches, but, that's fine. What is the type of gravel, is it?
So. I mean, do I get options about the gravel? Or
Well, you
between
do have-
colors or,
You do actually got that. You do have that.
or the section line, I'll look for it.
Um, So finished layer of dense grade gravel such as pea gravel, Jersey Shore gravel, marble chips, limestone gravel, or river rock with an average diameter of 3/8 of an inch to 3/4 inches wide.
What section is that?
5.6.7 F.
Okay.
Yeah. But it also says that river rock or road rock cannot be an approved. So the white rock, they put underneath roads, that cannot be a driveway. But
Right,
it does, but as long as it meets pea gravel, Jersey Shore gravel, marble chips, limestone gravel, and river rock, then, that's fine.
okay, and let me ask you, the maximum is 20 on how wide it could be, correct?
Well, that's all percentages of your yard. I mean, you're on a corner lot, so you have up to 40% lot coverage. So there's no maximum of 20 feet wide. It's a personal,
Substantially wide.
No, I don't want a huge driveway, it's just, I thought I read that somewhere in the code. Okay, I'll.
20 feet wide would be the carport, if you were to do a carport, 20 by 20 in the front. But that's not having anything to do with driveways.
Okay, that's why I was confused, because, some people have 3-car driveway, and so.
Yeah, it's 40% of your front yard, basically. So you have two front yards on that property now, so you could go up to 40%.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot of gravel if you want to buy all that gravel and then just plow it under.
You're saying
If you're just gonna plow it under eventually,
yeah.
so.
No, because then that's what I'm saying, because then it makes a difference, because if eventually that side is gonna be my patio, then I could design it so it becomes actually like paver or walkable surface, so.
Do you want to withdraw and come back?
No, that's,
Side setback is wrong, the coverage is smaller than you want. You table it, instead of withdrawing.
if it gets approved and I make any changes, I have to resubmit it, or it's just a,
And the only thing with that is you need to make a decision on what kind of gravel you want to use. So we have to vote on that.
okay, so let me ask you, if I change it later on before I build it, is an administration change that I just submit a paper and email, or?
Come back to court again.
It has to come back through us again. So if you make a change, it's gonna come back through and we're gonna see it again in 2 weeks or whenever you decide to do it.
Or you can table it right this moment. Nothing happens, we don't vote, submit a new drawing.
There's not a fee for if we table it? No, and then there's not a fee for that. But if there's a change, is there a fee for a change?
Okay, so then then let's table it. I'll look at the actual finishes on gravel, because I thought it was, city has a gravel, and good luck with that gravel.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll rather table it, revise the setback for the 30 inches, or, that's fine.
Yeah, just make sure if you're gonna do that, clarify where maybe put on the survey where the new property line is gonna be, so we can see. We can confirm knowing that. It's like we wouldn't want you to put it in and then all of a sudden it's covering, it's on the property line.
Right.
And then it becomes non-conforming and we're gonna make you rip it out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're already making you, not making you, we're asking you to do that with.
Because right now, we're gonna vote on this drawing, which is one property, so we don't know where your future property really is, so. We just hope we get it right.
No, the 5 feet is from the property, from the proposed
Well,
property
it's not
line.
shown on this-
It's not shown on this drawing.
Show like future split lot.
Right.
property line concept.
Right.
So,
Maybe on one of your site plans, put a line across and put a dimension line on there saying minimum 30 inches or something like that, or whatever you're gonna be. So did I get a motion to table?
yeah,
That's good.
David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, so we just tabled that.
All right.
Or whenever you submit it, he won't put it on the agenda until you submit. But your deadline is this coming Monday or next Monday? Yesterday, or today. Today's Monday, so a week from today. Well, the swale is the approach to the driveway. So the swale is not, you have to provide the parking spots.
40% of your swale can be driveway approach, 40% of your front yard can be driveway.
But
You can, up to 40%.
But you have to provide parking spaces on your property. It can't be just in your swale. Yes. Yes. You're correct.
You got a lot of deciding to do.
I'm trying to do it so you don't have to pay twice to like tear it up and then redo it again. So. Save yourself some. All right, thank you, sir. All right, sir, you're on the agenda tonight? What's the discussion? For Sally? Or? Oh, you're just, you're not on the actual agenda?
What was that? It's, 11,800.
Oh, so this is your second review. We looked at it last year. Or last week.
Yeah, but. It didn't,
We didn't have a printed set.
11,800 Northeast 11th Ave. There's 7A from last time. Board indicated total height of building needs to be adjusted, requested to see full plans item. Item to be on the January 22nd, 2024 agenda for discussion as the second preliminary.
all right, so I'm gonna make that 7B. What, can you read the address one more time? Please?
11800 Northeast 11th Avenue, and it's EB-23-58.
Okay. So,
Yes,
We already have 7 A, B, and C.
okay, he has drawings there too, so, so I'm gonna make that 7, I'm sorry, what's that?
D is in
Dropbox,
Delta.
we have.
Oh, did they already add those two?
I don't know if the only.
Cause I was actually gonna add two other discussion items that I forgot to do at the very beginning. But we do have 7B, 7A discussion gravel driveway. We have a 7B gate without a permit, and then 7C front porch.
7 Delta.
So you're actually gonna be 7D. 11800 Northeast 11th Avenue, okay. All right,
But now we have plans to look at, and our real only
that's,
comment was based off of height.
okay, so adding to the agenda, I want to add as a discussion item 7B 971 Northeast 111th Street, and then 7C 11638 Northeast 7th Avenue.
Motion to add 7B.
And 7C.
Motion to add 7B.
All right, thank you, David. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, and then we're adding 7D, which should have been added because we did direct that on the last minutes to do that. So, but we do have 7A here, 11501 Northeast 11th Place, gravel driveway, Sally Ball. Yes, please. Do you have drawings to show us? Is that what you have in there?
Yeah, I guess, but I'm obviously gonna be coming back up here.
Okay. Well, no, I was gonna say, if you wanted to come here, we can hold the microphone and discuss, if you're wanting to discuss
Yeah.
plans with us, I guess.
Okay, so, I don't know, if you guys all want pictures or not. Cause I'm gonna have to actually draw up plans
Okay.
and come back.
Okay.
Right.
We talked about this.
Yeah,
A bunch of
yeah.
times.
Okay,
So-
and I had a survey done, but a new survey done, but I don't have a copy of that survey yet because I had it done in November, but I don't know where the guy is. He's supposedly.
You have the old survey?
No, wait a minute.
The old survey shows
No, I don't have it.
a swale area that's fully paved.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
So that's
not,
why I
'cause-
altered to get a new survey done, because it was not accurate, because I was standing there and digging my foot in dirt where it said it was gonna pave,
Okay.
and it wasn't.
And it wasn't, so I got a new survey done, but, the guy hasn't sent me the copy. I've been texting him and calling him. So. Okay, so I don't have a picture of the survey, I mean, of the, swell. Is it raining?
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Lightning or something?
I was gonna say, oh gosh. Okay, here, okay, so the thing is, I have a couple questions. So, let's see, you see these cylinders?
Yeah.
I'm asking if we can use these as a border because they've been in here for like 25 years now. And I promise they're set in there. I mean, we've had them there for a long time.
What are they, material wise?
They're cement cylinders,
How wide are
concrete.
they?
No.
4 inches wide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are.
It looks like a little reflective thing for like the center of the roads, right?
Uh-huh.
So those are close to the one. So
Right, and we have them set like that, and then, like, this is just what we did like years ago. And to keep, cause I guess we had mulch or something in here, and,
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right, the code just says you have to have a 4-inch border, right? The
mhm,
rest of this is decorative. So
Mhm.
I would say, my
So is
personal
it
opinion,
4 inches
this
wide?
is.
right,
That you meet the code with that part, and this part is just your
Decorative.
flourish, right?
oh, okay,
So
so if these
for
are,
me,
Where
my
they-
response would be, yes, it's acceptable. You would still
Oh.
need something else at the road.
right, okay, and so that's
that
my
has to be
next,
6.
okay, so that's my next question, yeah, that's my next question, here is part of that, this was asphalt, it was like, I think it was like overflow from when they did the road,
This is.
because
Street or the street?
that's the street.
This is-
So here's the street, so here's where we would, here's where we would drive in.
Yeah.
Okay,
So here you-
and then,
it's great.
right, okay, so this, I think, is gonna have to be, all of this, I think is gonna have to be, it's hard to see in this picture. Oh, wait, I have a better picture. Like, if you go down here,
So you're gonna have to have this stuff removed, this
this
overflow.
overflow
Here's
removed.
here's
And
a
then-
solid line, which is the street end.
Right, and then we wanna know, once we have that removed, can we put, a brick border there, bricks? A brick border?
Yeah, it's
It's-
supposed to be consistent border, so because this is concrete.
Oh,
then
that would have to be
16
concrete,
inch Is supposed to be just one nice fat.
concrete, oh, okay, so that would be, oh, okay. So you're saying,
Because this is concrete, if this is all a brick border,
mhm,
then
You
yeah,
could do
you could
brick.
do brick there.
mhm,
In my opinion, when you're driving, when you're combining the
Driving.
brick with the asphalt,
mhm,
that tends to break apart a lot faster than when a concrete pad is, so.
okay,
Just from a construction perspective, it may not be the first move you want to make.
But would these be
Right.
considered
Oh,
precast?
mhm, mhm,
So would it be-
okay.
So basically this, you would just have this stuff broken up, so then you'd have one nice clean line.
Clean,
that's
right,
16.
that we would have to put a concrete there,
Yes.
right, okay, okay,
But I think the answer to your first question, I think we would be amenable to having these these side borders be considered your concrete
Okay.
borders. So you would have you didn't need to add a concrete across the
Concrete
front.
across the front, okay. Oh,
And it would have to extend if you're gonna if you wanna add any to the parking that you know, to the 40% of your front
Our
parallel
property,
parking.
right,
So
Oh,
yes,
right,
basically
right.
the only way that at this, off of this, if you follow that 16-inch part, that we would say that there was a problem,
Mhm.
is if this edge isn't at least 2.5 feet from the property line, from the side property line, because
Uh-huh.
that's too close to the property line. Or if all of this that you want to have gravelled and kept as your driveway is more than 40%. Then we would say, hey, those are.
I think
two-
this property line goes all the way over here. Like over here.
mm-hmm,
So this kind of, if I remember your property, you're
Yeah.
about like this, and then this brick thing kind of comes in and like goes in your backyard or something, right?
yes,
Like that.
right, this stuff you're
Here,
talking
and here's
about,
11th place.
right,
So what we're saying is you
So-
have to do your 16-inch here,
right, okay,
16-inch here, and then we would consider what you have a border.
the borders, okay.
So you'd have to fill in your gravel.
And then we would, like, put in the gravel, and
Yeah.
then okay, so then how far back does the gravel have to go again? How far back?
Well, it has to go wherever you're gonna be parking cars on it.
Okay, so it's,
At least
'Cause you were-
20 feet.
And then you.
oh, at
No,
least 20
no.
feet,
Well, I
Well,
mean,
60.
as long as it's enough that you have your cars on the parking.
on the
This
gravel,
goes all the way around in our backyard.
Yeah,
Their
yeah, that
Driveway
goes.
goes to their backyard.
Mhm.
Yeah, but what I'm
But
saying is,
we-
I think that we've in enforcing other things that I think it was 16 feet that basically said it's the minimum distance into the property. that-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but
Right.
it's however
You
much,
don't have
how
to.
much you need to get two parking spots on there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if there's, but the thing is where's
Because we-
where's the property line at? Because here's the street, so you most likely have a property line intersecting here somewhere.
Mm,
So-
that's where I
so
need the
that's-
survey,
So what?
Yeah,
here's what-
that's where
here's
I
your-
need the-
Here's your setback or your, I'm sorry, not setback, your, right of way.
Mhm.
So what David's saying is from here back, a minimum of 20 feet.
Oh, from here back?
Yeah.
Okay, but, so from here back, it's,
Well,
Well,
no,
so
from the,
here
from
to then
here.
the property line
mhm.
doesn't count, so really then it's property line back.
Oh,
distance. The problem is we don't know from here to the property line because we don't have the
Yes.
survey.
okay,
So if the survey is 10 feet, then it would be 30 feet, because it would be 10 plus the 20 that the car has.
but don't you have the old survey?
let me see.
Because I've seen the old survey.
I know you have, and I had it in here, but you know what, because it's a legal size. And I had it folded, but I don't think it's here, I had it here. Cause oh, wait a minute, maybe I've got it stuck to. See, cause this is when I came to see you guys the last time. Here's all my certified letters. Oh, okay, well, I don't know.
So
Is
there
this-
was our little
oh,
drawing that we
darn
did
it.
last
Yeah,
time.
this is the drawing, but the survey's not
So
here.
you'd have the survey there.
I know, darn it. Unbelievable. I don't know what I did with it, cause I had it.
That says 17 feet, which probably says 17 feet for a reason,
Mhm.
but
This is gauges,
Yeah, that's my handwriting.
right?
But
'Cause-
you're on the 11th, you're in the 11th place. So those property lines are not that far back from the street.
Mm-mm. Okay.
You're like maybe. And that, it's funny because I don't even see.
you basically need to be calling that survey person.
And
I
now
put-
to get me that, okay, cause I know. Yes, and that was a mistake, wasn't it? Because I know, I should have paid him half. Right, well, he said he wanted 300 up front, and then I was thinking 300 when he delivers the survey, but after he got it done, he said, oh, I need the rest. I said, but you're gonna get me the survey right away, cause I have to go to the board. This was in November. I said, so I have to go to the board to say why I don't have it done yet, and then go to the planning to get it done, and he promised, and you see what day it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
So work on the survey and come back and see us in 2 weeks.
yes, yeah, I will, because, yeah, I will. And then
Yeah.
if I don't get the new one, I still have to bring the old one.
What about the
Yeah, we will work off the, huh?
fourth quarter, right? Because she's got two that she's gonna use for the sides, one that she has at the street.
And then is there have to be one in the back?
Yeah, cause you don't want, the gravel can't just dump out into the dirt, so. I believe
Into,
the
into
back
our
border
yard?
has
Then
to
it's our
be
yard.
8
Oh.
But still, the code regulates a lot of things on your property that you may not wish that it did, right? So-
But it would just be a matter of just taking these things and going across.
I was gonna say, can we
Yeah,
just
you
take
got
those and go
more of them.
across?
More
Oh,
than
we
just
do.
turn them and go across the back part of it.
Yeah, we do.
You have another row of these next to your sidewalk, right? I feel like,
I think
I think that you have like a.
We
another
do.
row.
we do have
Yeah,
another row.
it's around there.
Oh, do you?
All of that.
Oh, then
So
we-
if you just.
Oh, you're
yeah,
right. So
that's
we have
a
enough
weekend party to make
To-
that back.
back,
border
that back
once-
border.
Once you have it all measured out.
Right,
So-
okay. So I need, okay, so first of all, I need a survey.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back to you guys, maybe with a drawing to get approval for the driveway? Or
I
do
mean-
we need another discussion?
Well, I mean,
Until March 20th to pull the permit, but I don't wanna push it till the last minute.
no, just come back and like, I mean, literally, if you just took what, come back and talk to us because.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I pretty much explained to you here, like.
Yeah.
What you needed to do, but we just need to translate this over onto your survey.
Right, okay,
And then hopefully it'll be clear, and then you can just move forward and, we can,
No matter what, too, you have to do an application for this.
right,
So you,
so,
what I would recommend do is, if you just mention some deadline in March for you.
yeah, I have it
Fill-
called March
Yeah,
20th.
fill out the application and send it in, because
Mhm.
then even if we're tabling it, because there are things that are wrong or whatever, you can tell them, hey, I already have the application in.
And, but, but
Yeah, but it doesn't.
then I
it
have to
doesn't
come back.
necessarily have to
Start
be
the
approved.
application online before you have all of the drawings you need.
And
You get
the-
a process, you get a permit application number.
number, okay,
I don't know if it's
I mean-
enforcement that you have, tell them, look, I'm working on it, here's my permit application.
right,
Yeah.
because it is code, because I had to go before the code board.
but will they allow an application to come forward if it doesn't have all the documents?
No, I'm saying she can get a process number.
Okay, so
For
you can
the
just apply.
for the purpose of, if she has a board meeting the code, that she can say, I am working on this. Here's my-
Prove that she's actually doing it. But once she applies,
But can I
even though
apply-
she hasn't uploaded all the information to it, yes, that's fine, but the application started.
Oh,
The
okay,
first
so
thing
I
to
can,
do is generate a process number, and then start prompting you, okay, upload this.
Where's the survey? Where's this?
Yeah,
Where's your
so I
calculation?
don't- You don't go that far, but here's your process number and.
But at least you can say, hey, I applied. And then just come back to us on the next meeting for,
Yeah. She's worried about her deadline that she had.
If there's people in the off too, this is not good advice, it's advice.
advice, yes,
Is
thank you.
I would send an email, because if they think that you're dumb, just play like you are. Oh, hey, yeah, by the way, because of how long this is taking, I had to forward everything for you over to our code enforcement and our police department.
Mhm.
All of a sudden.
I'll probably get the survey.
Some degree of response. of
Oh,
like,
good.
Oh, my
Okay.
family was.
Okay.
apply, but also come back with your survey.
with my
so we can
survey.
show you, we can
Ex-
help you work it out.
Yeah, because that's what I need help working it out as far as the distances and the.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
good. And then I have gravel,
ba-
we'll do the gravel when I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
'Cause I-
The basic formula is just, you're gonna get the survey, that'll tell you a distance of swale.
Mhm.
That plus 20 feet, then we'll be cool with, as long as you have that 16-inch front.
Oh,
board.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, good. That way, then I'll know exactly what I have to do where, right?
Oh, might as well just keep this.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Yes. Yeah, but I would just keep calling until Friday, and then if no answer by Friday, then
I'll just send him.
write an email and just be like, hey, this is taking really long and I need to I had to forward all of your stuff over to the
Sure.
code enforcement and police department because they're the ones that are giving me all these citations, so.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden magically half the time these
Sure.
people disappear into the ether, they show back up and they had
Okay.
some crazy situation. That's why they had disappeared for
Yeah.
months, and it's
Thank
very convenient that they show up the day after.
All of a sudden, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, no
Thank you, everyone. I'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Uh-huh. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks.
You'll let them know that you're ready to come back when the survey. Yeah, when you have the survey, let them know and they'll put you on the agenda for,
So.
yeah.
The next part of it.
yes.
Yeah. But apply for the permit first and get the permit number and then I can.
But because she doesn't have all the information on it, it won't be able to be put on the agenda. That's why I'm suggesting that even though she applies, she should still be put on the agenda as a discussion.
Yeah, two different things here. One is the discussion to come see us and discuss further.
Doesn't know what kind of what she's gonna do her driveway yet.
Number.
Ask for guidance.
Yeah,
For him,
I need
to
a,
get him off.
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Andrew. All right, so that was just a discussion, item, so we didn't have, there's no votes. All right, we have 6D here, 11800 Northeast 11th Avenue. This is new construction section review. I don't believe it's in the Dropbox. Northeast 11th Avenue, but it's a discussion item, so there's no notice. But if you'd like to put the drawings up, we can talk about it.
These are the renderings of the project, you guys saw it, and this is pretty much the site
Okay.
of the project with some.
Right.
Our only note from the last one was in regards to the overall, like, you guys side windows and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we modified the height, we put the height on 8 and GBD, which is flood elevation required. We lowered the house 1.71 feet.
This is first floor, right?
This is first floor.
Okay, first
Yeah.
floor.
Second floor.
Third and third, right?
Mhm. Third.
Like to look, just to make sure.
Building code, they have a surveyor's cat background and it's like layers just on. Super big.
I've just never seen it in this big font, but I was like, oh, it's something.
So these are the two windows that we discussed, but they are in the front 2/3 of the
Yeah.
property. So here's the property.
Yeah,
Here's the first third, second third, third. So you're technically looking at the roof line or of the house next door,
correct.
not their yard back here. And then this this is a blank wall, same situation roughly
Correct.
on the second floor. And there's no windows actually on that side.
No. There is no one. Everything is facing the street.
Nice,
I like it.
nice house. Oh, it's different.
And besides the window placement, we did the math last time on the whatever percent on the direct setback on the second floor.
Um,
On the,
I'm being less than 30 feet on.
well, it's actually, hold on,
that's the rear setback text.
Yeah.
Side and that is, we checked, right, less than 30 feet. Okay, so we did essentially.
so yeah, so this is technically, so the code is on this, the code calls out the side.
That's
So this is
25.
the side, so you're at 25 continuous feet. This is actually the rear, which does not address the rear.
Alright.
So, but it does have the window
Broken
placement,
up
the window placement. So, and it's 2 stories, there's nothing on the roof.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Start elevation indicating the house is an 8 in GBD, also modify elevation sections.
Which now you're low, right? Or no, 28, sorry.
Yeah.
That would end up at 20.
it's 28.
So. What's going on here? Because if this is at 8 and you're going up 28, it should just be 36, 0, not 0.25, right?
Oh, yeah, because we have in the middle 19.
Even forget what's in the middle, doesn't matter, right? So from
But
this is 0 to 28, this is 8 to 36. I don't think the code is.
Yeah,
it's
it's a quarter of an inch,
Drawing.
Yeah.
quarter,
Quarter foot.
3 inches.
But it's just inconsistent, right? It's that both these numbers are the same line, so you're adding, this goes from 0 to 28. That should go from 8 to 36, period.
Mhm.
So it's just a.
I get it.
Yeah, so it would just be that out, right?
Yeah.
This one here. And then it's,
Yeah.
But in general, you're meeting them. Correct, that's 0.
Yeah. Also, you got like some of the elevations. It fits this one also.
What's your name?
Miguel?
And last name starts with an R?
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
No, because I saw down here checked by MR, so I'm like,
Yeah.
either he's really leaning into the brand or that's.
Yeah, those are really my initials, yeah. The story
second-
was when I got my license, people started calling me Mr. Architect, so I
And you embraced it.
embraced it, yeah. 20-something years later.
So, I mean, as far as the comments go, just real quick on the lot coverage, double checking. Or-
Maximum lot coverage.
That's the first floor, right? But
Yeah.
Okay, but that, and then when you start adding the pools and everything, you're at total of what? 4,200?
4,200 living.
That's
area.
a living space.
Yeah.
And what is?
The
what are-
bottom floor is only 1,700, so this number is actually including.
Including
pools
the
and-
pool.
Okay, so that's everything, so that's your number, 3,500,
Yeah,
60 on 50% of 11,000, so you're.
correct.
So you're 500. So we're at 32.3. So I would say motion to move to agenda, agenda item for next.
So just with that little tiny change, I think we're good, so we're gonna move you.
Discussion item. Make that motion?
Yeah, so
Making the motion to put it on, you're just asking.
Okay.
We're motioning on it.
I have a motion and a second to move it to the
I think
first,
the answer
for the
is yes.
agenda for next meeting. Okay.
I
David
did.
Alright, so you'll be back in 2 weeks.
the drawing, Brian?
No. So.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Okay, that put us on the next meeting.
Yeah.
Vote and then.
Update the elevation tags, right?
Yeah.
So you're confirming that you're gonna be.
Yeah.
We need to bring
I don't think we need to have them print up a whole new set.
But Raphael, they need to make a minor type correction, so you can upload those revised sheets by the next. meeting, so that we're voting on that. So your deadline to do that would be Monday. By next Monday, for it to be part of the following. Sheets that they need from,
Sections.
Yes.
I mean, it might be just re-upload a whole new fresh set. I mean,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna, upload it first again.
And I mean, depending on what the schedule is next time too, it's maybe easier to tell you, but like. Once we do that, you guys will be coming at some point back for us for like the pool one separately, and temporary construction fence separately,
the demo.
the roof. So the windows, so you guys aren't done with us.
Subperm.
I mean, we don't look at like electrical plans and.
We don't look at anything internal.
Anything that's to do with zoning on like with how it looks or plays, well, what we have to vote on. It's like a.
Theory, if it's consistent with what we saw today, then. Suddenly you start.
No,
we don't have to-
yeah, a lot, yeah, those ones, as long as what you gave us, very clear, like. You give us the window schedule, but we don't actually have something that shows us where each window is. And we don't know what the color or the framing is or whatever, then we're gonna be like, all right, this is tabled. And then you're gonna be irritated and we were irritated. So as long as everything's clear, then you guys don't have.
No,
Oh, yeah.
For us, it's just setback.
the back and lot coverage really. And where are you putting that pool equipment?
It's not gonna be right away. You
finish with us next, hearing, hopefully gets approved. I don't know where you are, we have any plans, structural plans, but all that would go to the building department, and then however long that takes. After you remaster, then you start getting your sub-permit, the window sub-permit, the driveway sub-permit, pool sub-permit. Get those permits first, and then they require a meeting, or you get the meeting first? No, when you apply for those sub-permits, it's gonna be immediately routed here first. Oh, yeah, we don't need to be here in person.
And, can we create a building process right now, or we have to wait the next week?
Well, I think you have to.
We have a permit process, because we apply to the board and upload all the information.
Yeah,
But,
so that should be your master permit process to begin with, right? It's not like a separate one for us and then one.
Okay. Okay. And then we kind of.
So Raphael, they already have a process number for a master permit application. That's what they're using to be. Yeah, so that's already saying.
And to start uploading the MEP and structural, we have to wait to get approval from the next week.
You don't technically.
I mean, we pretty much are telling you how we're gonna vote on this, but we have not technically voted on it yet, so.
No,
But yeah, so from a technical perspective, you can. We advise people not to invest the money in design or structural or MEP because some people do the whole set of drawings before we see it. And then we give them comments and now it impacts their MEP and impacts the structure. So Gage is just saying, how you do your business is your business. But from can you upload it in the system? Yeah, you have them all already. You can start uploading. They will not start reviewing them though until it's approved.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there are contractors.
Yeah, might as well get going. Can they submit to Durham yet, or no? They have to wait until they go through us.
I don't know the process.
Okay. Okay, so 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. All right, I have the minutes from January 8th, 2024 meeting. Fortunately, it seems like I usually copy it, so did you have a chance to look at it? Does it look?
Yeah, I was gonna agree to find it.
Good night, thank you. Did you do work on them? Okay, they are probably, except for,
Dropbox tonight, in my 3 years here, it's the first time that the files are named 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D at the beginning. Who did that? Because thank you. Because every time for the past 3 years, when I download the Dropbox, I go rename every PDF to be 5A, 5B, 5B, this, so that they're here in the order that we're gonna look at them. Actually, with you, it hasn't mattered so much because you go by the the address. So it also has a logic. Before that, it would go by whoever, like the order they submitted to.
we just kind of get added to the bottom. of the
Yeah.
PDF.
The other thing I was gonna say is the notes on 7A were perfect because we wrote out like, oh yeah, this is a discussion item for the next one. So then it was very easy for us to be like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be on this one for 7B. Well, that one was weird because it had snuck in last time. If you look at 6B, it had snuck in as a voting thing, even though it was its first time. So that had, they tried it, not that they did it intentionally, but it was kind of an end around.
But just also that, it actually says on the minutes, move to agenda for January 22nd. It didn't get on the agenda. So motion to approve?
My only question is 6J, that variance one, there wasn't anything, but like the notes say recommended approval and forward commission. So is that supposed to say approved 4-0 even though technically we're like denying it? Or
No, this is the actual variance application.
okay, so
You had already denied it the week before, I think
okay.
we denied.
Yeah,
it.
so then to me, it's
Okay, so that's David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. All right, next would be 5A, 665 Northeast 120th Street, re-roof shingles. Yeah.
So
Isn't the engineer supposed to be here?
Did we get a letter?
We got a letter, but the engineer is supposed to be here to present.
Okay. Yes.
So we just say, should we motion to
Well,
table
just-
because there's no engineer here?
Yeah, we are going to do that, but I just wanted to take a look really quick and see what's included in the letter. Oh, yeah.
it's a new change.
So, I'm gonna read it again one more time, so.
Why don't we,
Now,
when we motion to table referencing. this section?
okay, so first off, the engineer must be a structural engineer licensed in the state of Florida, so. This is all 10.4.6 F. Okay, so where's this letter at?
When it says PE license number
Ralph,
820388.
Florida. So it's state of Florida, license number 82038. Okay. Engineer opinion shall be based upon a visual in-person inspection. Does it say that in here? Did he actually?
Please be advised that the undersigned has performed a visual inspection and calculations of the gable trusses wood structure, the second sentence.
Okay. The engineer's report shall be signed and sealed by the engineer of record and shall include photographs of the structure. Your photographs. Or the photographs.
Nope.
No.
The other thing too, I read this the other day, it doesn't reference the fact that it doesn't say anything about switching to a metal roof. It only says that it can't handle tile. I don't know if then,
There's actually, you can go from shingles to. You can go from tile to to metal. You just can't go from shingle to shingle.
yeah,
That's where the letter comes in.
but
If
so
you-
what
if
this,
you
what
were to
this
go
is.
from shingle to metal, you wouldn't need a letter.
Yeah, but what this is saying is, it's only saying, hey, this wouldn't support going shingle to tile roof. It doesn't say that they couldn't go from shingle to metal.
You can do that. You can go from shingle to metal.
But that's why I'm saying the letter says,
But then when you do metal, you have to provide the overhangs and all the different.
yeah.
David is saying that the engineer is only telling us they couldn't support the weight of concrete tiles. Okay, couldn't support the weight of metal roof, tell us that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we allow them to do that. But what does the code say specifically about the engineer's requirements? Is it about? Does it say that it only has stop things that it can support concrete tiles?
So it says asphalt shingles may be used in re-roofing to replace an existing asphalt shingle roof if an engineer's evaluation is provided to the village certifying that the roof is not structurally adequate to utilize tile roofing materials.
So that's a little.
All right, so it was fine.
In our code, that they only have to document that it couldn't support tile, not that it couldn't support metal roof. as an
Yeah.
alternative. So-
If you want to replace it with another shingle roof,
Yeah,
but
well,
what-
no, if you have a shingle roof, right?
you want to.
The loophole is if I have a shingle roof and I tell the engineer dude, hey, write me a letter that says it can't support tile because the code says it can't support tile. And the engineer says, yeah, but it could support metal because that's just as heavy as your shingles. And I say, yeah, but I don't want a metal one. And the code doesn't say that I need to switch to the metal one. It just says I have to have a letter that says that I can't be tile. So just write that letter. And the engineer goes, oh, okay.
This is the opportunity to document the alternative of going from shingle to metal, because it just has the engineer document that it could not support tile roof, heavier.
Yeah,
than metal.
but you're allowed to go from shingle to metal.
Hey, we don't want people to go shingle to shingle. We're trying to push them away unless they have a letter that says it couldn't support tile. But what about?
If you want to support metal, you can go change, you can change it to metal.
Yes, but Gage, you're thinking about it from the direction of the
homeowner.
the homeowner wants to switch to metal.
Single. You should have said, the engineer to provide a letter that, says that it cannot support tile, metal, or an alternative to shingle.
Yeah, any roofing type other than shingle. Cause when as soon as I read this letter, I was like, oh, this guy's not answering the metal roof question.
But it says shingle asphalts may be used in re-roofing if you provide a letter. So it doesn't say anything about you, if you want to put metal on there.
Gage, hard,
I'm not,
Gage, yeah, hard reset, okay? Let's just blank on everything, all right? Pretend that I'm a sneaky resident, right? And I do not want to have to put clay tile on, right? And I don't want to put a metal tile on. I just want to redo the shingle because that's the cheapest and easiest thing, right? If I read that code right now, I could then call an engineer and say, hey, dude, just write me a letter that says it can't support clay. And the engineer, Edward, who's a good engineer guy, would tell me, hey, but dude, you could easily put a metal roof on here. And I would say, yeah, I don't want to put a metal roof on there. And the code doesn't say that I have to switch to metal, right? All it says is I need a letter from you that says it can't support clay. So write that, and then I can get my shingles again. I don't need to switch to metal, right? When really what the argument and what I
your argument, but the thing is we just spent 2 years rewriting this code. Where was this witty insight 2 years ago when we were writing it? Because we just took out the word metal. We actually had the word metal on here.
Say what?
It used to say asphalt shingles or metal may be used in re-roofing to replace an existing shingle.
I didn't take that out.
We took out the word metal
Ask the
because it's
committee.
only applicable to shingles.
David here. General thing, we don't want people to use shingles. We don't like.
We're trying to get rid of shingles.
So-
Shingles are not an approved roof. So if somebody wanted to buy a new house and put a new roof on, they could never consider be using shingle. This is only tailored to people.
We understand that, we understand. So we don't want shingles, that's the objective. We
Yes.
don't want shingles. So if someone wants to put shingles, we say, well, you need to get a letter from the engineer telling us that you can't put an alternative roofing material, right? Like a metal roof. We would like metal roof instead of shingles. But the code does not obligate the homeowner to prove that a metal roof wouldn't work.
Which is the same weight as the shingle, basically.
The
So
code
the-
only
when-
obligates the owner to prove that it could support a tile roof. And so what we're saying is, there are probably plenty of opportunities where shingle roofs could support a metal roof, but we're not asking them to prove that it couldn't. So they're getting away with not having to change the roof material to be better than shingles. You understand? Does that-
I'm not getting it. I'm sorry.
You
All right.
have to think more devious.
I have a pretty wide imagination and I'm not getting.
So the most devious thing that I could do is call my buddy who's an engineer in the state of Florida and say, hey, I can get away with re-shingling it, even though everybody doesn't want me to do that. I don't need, and the guy says, yeah, but dude, you could easily put a metal roof on here because it's just as light as my shingles. And I'd say, yeah, but the code's written in a way that says that I only have to prove that I can't support clay.
And that's if you want to use asphalt shingles.
Yes,
And we're
which is, we're saying that's a problem.
I don't.
The
I was saying because. But if you're wanting to it says, if you want to put asphalt shingles, you can only use it if you have a letter saying you can't put a tile roof on. there.
Yes, but it should be a letter that says you can't put a tile roof or a metal roof.
That your roof could not support a tile roof or a metal. Then it would cover that there's no possibility of putting a better roof on there than shingle. Right now.
No, but you're allowed to put metal. That's the entire point is that it's actually.
You're thinking inclusive, you need to think exclusive. If I only want to pay for shingles and I want to be a naughty person,
But our
right?
code is inclusive. It's-
yes, but
Unless it says you can do it, you can't do it.
we're trying to be exclusive. We're trying to exclude shingle roofs as much as possible. So the problem is the code needed to include, hey, it can't be any roofing material, even it can't be bubble wrap, can't be any roofing material other than shingle. And if the engineering letter says that it can be any roofing material other than shingle, you need to be that other roofing material. And the problem is it's saying, hey, you just need a letter that says, if you can't be the heaviest thing, then it's okay to be the naughty thing that you still are. And instead we would say, hey, if you can't be a metal roof, which is just as light as shingles, if you can't be bubble wrap, you can't be clay, you can't be concrete, you can't be anything other than shingles, then you have a pass to have.
But my point being is that you've been on this board long enough to know that when we rewrote this code and it got approved last August, why didn't you bring this up?
No, I don't know if we did miss it. There's a very good chance that the commission was like, took out the word metal and it didn't come to us.
But we brought up all these other points. These are our ideas.
Wrong place. Where you're saying metal was there before we took out, it's not where it needs to be. It needed to be, get a letter from an engineer stipulating that the roof cannot support a clay roof or a metal roof. That's where it needs to be.
But
Really, any type of roof other than.
the change was only to the asphalt part. Oh, God. All buildings in the village which have roofs, which are concrete tile, clay tile, or metal, must be repaired or re-roofed only with clay tile, concrete tile, or metal. But that's the title of the chapter. Okay. Repair of tile or metal roofs shall be of a consistent style, color, and control. Okay. Okay, so that's the title there. So if you, so we don't allow asphalts. Then it goes down to the bottom because asphalt's not part of that thing. Asphalt shingles. Okay, asphalt shingle. So then it goes down to the bottom and that's when the asphalt shingle part kicks in and says, if you want, and if you have asphalt and you want to replace with asphalt, you have to prove that it cannot support a tile roof.
It's a simple thing.
No, I
want to be cheap, right? I don't want to pay for a better roof. I want to put shingles because it's cheap, right? And we don't want them to put shingles. Okay, so
I'm just like, we just spent all this time and effort trying to make it harder for people with asphalt shingles, and my own board members are now poking holes in the ordinance. I don't get it. I'm not getting it.
let's get to a point where you understand what David and I are saying, then you can argue or be mad at us that we didn't bring it up.
No, I'm not.
I'll do push-ups.
What we're saying is that I may have a roof that could support shingles, that could support metal, can't support tile.
Yes,
So shouldn't the zoning want us to do metal then? They can't do tile?
but you can do metal.
No, shouldn't it require me? Not what I want to do. I don't want to. I want to put shingles.
Yes,
We're saying if your roof can support tile, you gotta do tile. Okay, but there's shingle, which is here, there's metal weight wise, right? Here, tile way up here.
got it.
So I'm gonna keep shingles. You as a board do not want me to keep shingles, right? So instead of telling me, getting a letter from my engineer that says your roof couldn't support metal or clay. You can't support either of those, fine, we'll let you do shingles. But we don't ask them about metal. We only say, get a letter from your engineer that proves that you can't support tile, the heaviest freaking alternative to shingles. So there are plenty of roofs that maybe couldn't support tile, could support metal. So we should be forcing them then to do metal, can't do shingles. But we don't ask their engineer.
But then,
about
but if they
metal.
do metal, then they're gonna fall under a whole another scope of work of pitches and overhangs and all that kind of stuff.
So
then that's a whole
Following
nother
that.
thing.
Maybe you're following us, which is that the reason why we only go between tile and shingle is that if we said, well, you must do metal, then there may be other things that suddenly we're obligated them that we're not fair. You don't have
You
overhang.
have to put overhangs, you have to put a pitch.
Then that answers our question. Why are we letting them not consider the alternative of metal? We're only talking about clay versus that. Okay,
And they are.
which is if we force them to do metal, now they don't have overhang. So now what? We force them to do overhang? That answers my question why we allow them to ignore the option of metal roofs.
Okay.
So to this person, you were reading the language so that we know whether the engineer had to be here. Okay, so. You satisfied, David, that there's a logic?
For the record, Gage, I love you.
I know, I love you too, guys. I'm not mad at you guys.
Well, you were like, why didn't you guys?
I'm
say
gonna
this?
stand my ground. You know,
Maybe.
by now.
I get that, which is why we don't bring up metal roofs because it's a whole.
Now it's all of a sudden, you're forcing me to do metal.
Essentially, force them to do all this other stuff that wouldn't be a normal.
I think maybe the next time that there are code things we put a star with this and we say.
Okay, finish reading because we want to get to does the engineer have to be?
Okay, so the engineer's report shall be signed and sealed by the engineer of record and shall include photographs. So we're missing photographs. I don't see any photographs. No photographs. The engineer report must be presented to the Planning and Design Review Board by the engineer of record so that the Planning and Design Review Board may ask questions of the engineer. So. Okay. Well, if they have access to Muni code, these are public records. I mean, if it's an engineer, hopefully he reads the requirements before he submits a letter.
Okay, so no photos and no engineer attendance.
So
We, deny.
we deny this again.
Deny.
Second.
David, all praise aye. Aye. Okay, so it's denied again. Still missing information. All right, next will be 5C, 11704 Northeast 11th Place. Do you guys have any more questions? Do you understand? We're missing information on 10.4.6 F 3 and 4. 10.4.6 F 3 and 4. On that one. Okay, 5C, 11704 Northeast 11th Place, driveway. Tabled, me drawn.
I also switched from concrete to gravel.
So the last one, I would assume the last drawing on there is the,
Wait, does any have a date? I asked her last time, put a date on the.
we might not add concrete slab on swale. There. Possibly new. Huh?
Oh, no, there is one. It says as requested by review board. Date.
On
That's the latest.
The last drawing?
No, the one that's right after like the gravel, the city's typical detailed driveways. Page 6 of the PDF.
1/8/2020.
224 as requested by review. All right.
Okay.
I don't know which is latest.
And it says grass.
Okay, so they're showing a approach, they're showing
Oh, it changed the.
20 by 20 concrete driveway, 20 by 10 gravel driveway, 20 by 16 driveway approach, 6 by 6 concrete both sides driveway approach, swale covered in turf. Okay, we like that. So that's the drawing of 1/8/2024.
Motion to approve.
David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. Next, 6B, 665 Northeast 120th Street, windows and doors, Mario Fernandez.
All basement, across the front, of the door, white glass, white frames, clear glass.
Second.
Hang on, that was Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Okay. Next, 6D, 845 Northeast 119th Street, driveway, Marin Munez. Okay, 17.4, yard area, swale area. Very interesting, okay. We got the radiuses and
It's a coverage in the swale looks a lot graphically on the A page of the PDF. Looks like a lot more.
but if anybody's broken down their yard, their thing, it seems like they've done it. It's something like it's more than 40%.
I mean, even that little diagram they have on the driveway calculation.
Yeah, I mean, look at the survey. I mean,
I don't know, what is it? You know, if they're like using gravel and.
I mean,
using that pervious.
I think it's out of scale because well, maybe not.
No, because even the diagram on
The survey,
Pervious.
project address.
even on the pervious diagram, pretty much the same as on the unit.
You guys notice that this property is only 37.5 feet. By 105. This is a very non-conforming. $45 Northeast 119th Street. So. So they only have a 37.50 wide front yard. We try to restrict them to 40%, which it looks like they actually are, according to their own calculations, they are. But, I mean,
Yeah, even just
hardship, like basically to.
even having a 20-foot wide by 20-foot deep that's more than half of their,
Yeah.
that's more than half of their front yard.
I think maybe we should cut them a little slack or something, because.
Yeah, you can see it.
According to the survey, it's 37.50 feet wide yard by 100 and
Yeah, because
105.
frankly, that front or that top end being only 8 feet by 19, technically, we should be requiring double, and we're already nervous that they're over.
I think we should do a motion to.
Motion to approve?
This is a little bit big. But always look the other way.
No, but I mean, if you, according to their own calculations, they are saying that
Oh.
29.3 and 17.
All right, in that case, we'll make it correctly apply the code.
Okay, David, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, next will be 947 Northeast 117th Street, re-roof.
I mean, they don't even come close to having setbacks for their actual house. Looks like they have a side setback of 3.1 feet. outside.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of.
The other
Weird.
side, the other side is 9 feet.
I would, 37.50 is like, they divided a lot in half.
Yeah.
Typical 75 footer and. Interesting, okay. 947.
Right now, that property's entire front area is gravel.
Barcelona 900 concrete roof tile. 312.
Yeah, that's
That's white,
different.
cap sheet white and the Barcelona 900, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, because it's 6E and 6F, right? So there's the re-roof and.
Why is there two permits on there?
One's a new roof and one's a re-roof, so I don't know if they're adding footprint or not.
Why didn't you just make one master permit for the entire thing and not have to have two? Is that normal to have a roofing permit for the new part and a roofing permit for the old part?
Well, we'll get one for a flat roof and for pitched roofs.
Yeah, but they're usually together, so I don't see a color. I'm scrolling through this thing. I don't see a color for the new tile.
Well, isn't it the grade?
But isn't that is that a color number or is that just a style of the actual?
Well, and that's on the 6F, but it's not on the 6E.
Oh, maybe it's on.
Both of them, six F.
The other thing that's interesting is, 6E, there's a page that's the pitch direction measurement report. That's page 16 of 182 and 17 of 182. And none of those are in 6F. And it says the flat roof color tile is cap sheet white, and then the other flat parcel on it. But I was flipping back and forth between 6E and 6F, and it doesn't seem as if there's new construction. It seems as if it's for the same roof space. So I'm not sure if maybe it just got duplicated, maybe.
So do we have any word showing what the color of the tile is? Sterling CT, is that a color? Barcelona 900 Sterling CT? Is this actually the color? It just looks black and white? Because if it's gray and that's the color, then I don't see an issue. It's like a light gray. Barcelona 900 Sterling CT, is that a full color? Yeah. That's Eagle, isn't it? Barcelona's Eagle?
Oh, this is weird. The same notary for both of them. One application date is the 11th, one application date is the 12th, but all of the notary stuff, one is filled out for the 11th and one is filled out for the 12th. But all of the information that's at the very top is all identical. So I don't know what that means. Do we want to approve one and table the other? Because I can't. They're notarized and dated on one day differently, but I don't know, I can't see anything else that makes sense.
So, I mean, it does look like a color picture. I mean, so you're talking about 6E?
6E and 6F, the top parts of the first page of the application are identical, but the notary is the same person. But one of them is signed and dated on the 11th, one's signed and dated on the 12th. And the top part references application one on the 11th and one on the 12th. I think that they just do a duplicate because when I look at all of the like roof shape dimensions, they overlap exactly. Versus if you were doing classification separate. So I think they can add two different little paper guys running in parallel.
But doesn't the roof sketch on six F look different than the roof sketch on six E? The roof plan on six F is showing all like hip roofs. One on six E.
You're looking at that page like, yeah, so that one, I compared to the pages that are 16, 17, and 18 of 100.
So, by the way, Sterling is great.
The color picture. So what do we want to do here?
I'm fine with motion to approve both.
Yeah, second.
Okay, so six E and six F both, motion by, Ed and David, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And motion carries on six E and motion carries on six. Okay, next will be six J, 1110 Northeast 119th Street, driveway Adrian Montes. There are two of these? Here. Okay. Officer Crossing Anderson. It's somewhere kind of abandoned for years. So this is just a driveway. Looks like they're just replacing the existing. The calculations are here.
The whole,
12 and 9.87.
the whole thing's concrete.
Yep.
Motion to approve.
David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Next will be six K, 1130 Northeast 121st Street, re-roof tile, Eco Mile. Hey, just on that thing with the second story apartment, you didn't note something to the building official about the second kitchen. Going back to just popping it.
With way too many drawings.
One page, all you.
All I need is one page.
The dark charcoal blend.
Yeah. 900 concrete flat.
Motion to approve.
Second. David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Carries. All right, next will be six L 10911 Northeast 9th Court. Roof flat, Bronca Morel.
100% right here.
Oh, I know.
First one you talked about.
It was this garage, because
Big two-story things up in the back.
I think when they purchased it, they came in to ask us questions and we were like, what is that? What's that going on right there in the back?
Oh, that's little guy. Don't worry about that.
Oh, you see that?
And I think at the time we even told them, studio.
That's what I'm saying, 100%, you brought it to their attention day one, that can't be a part.
I think it was even sold as like one of the bedrooms of the house.
Yeah, this is just a gray normal. Motion to approve.
Okay, David Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. We've done all the agenda items. Okay, so we have
Do we have
Discussion item 7B, 971 Northeast 111th Street.
their gate thing?
Yeah. Do we have anything on here? Well, it's just that I just wanted to,
I thought there was something about the human gates.
Yeah. we may not have a permit. This-
yeah, but the thing is I just wanted to see the permit on this. Hold on. No, that's not the one we're discussing. We're talking about 971 Northeast 111th Street.
This one.
So just happened to go by my morning walk, this street, and this gate was like 3 feet taller than me. So I was just curious about this pedestrian gate. That's why I was asking if we could see the permit. It's really tall, and I don't think what's on here on Google is what's there.
I thought, that's right around from where I used to live, but when that was there, it was my height was 6 feet.
Yeah.
But you're saying that-
It's much taller gate. So can you, that's why we're having a discussion. Can you just look at the approved drawings and just confirm what was built?
You're assuming there's a permit.
Yeah, that's what I was, so you're saying this is before opens up? 971 Northeast 111. We do allow pedestrian gates, but they're a certain height and width. And,
No, when I first started, this house was doing, they're pulling their permits for the pool and stuff like that in the back, and that was before open grass.
can you just make a note of it and check what was approved and report back to?
I guess another thing is find out what the actual height.
I'll go by again tomorrow or tonight on my own just to make sure I wasn't going crazy, but I was like, this is a monster gate. This is not like something. So anyway, all right. So you're going to check on that and come back. Next would be 7C 11638 Northeast 7th Avenue. This is regarding a carport.
This is the people that we said, "Hey, you can't do your entire soil," and they did their entire soil.
Now, this is the one with the pool variance on the side. So,
But that thing looks legit, like, so that got put in without permits?
yeah, so it's kind of interesting. So I'm just curious, what is the permit for that? Okay, so they're gonna have to come in to get it compliant. They have to prove where that thing is located.
What type of, for that type of thing, that's what scares my brother-in-law, who's a GC, the most, as far as like hurricane sales and stuff like that. That's not really our concern. Building part.
I mean, our first concern is maybe the area setbacks.
But it ripping out of the ground and becoming a sale, that's the.
Hold on, what was your question? I'm sorry.
Just because this is the type of thing that my brother-in-law who's a GC has had a lot of clients always talk to him about, and he won't do them because he's like, hurricane, these things just rip out of the ground and turn into super sales, and he was just clarifying that part's not our concern. Our concern's the setback.
Location. Yeah. I mean, as long as it's five.
After the fact, right, it meets the setback size that the building, how building it inside the footing, all about footing.
And it's a pretty elaborate carport. It's not like something that they just went up and bought at Home Depot. I mean, so somebody built this thing without a permit.
Yeah. That's what they always come to my brother-in-law, because he'll do some really cool like patio stuff in the back, but they're all like fabric that then are retractable and stuff. So that way in a hurricane, they can't rip out and fly away. And everyone's like, just make it metal or plexiglass. And then he's like, nope, won't do it for you.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the fence to the left of where the house to the left that they're putting that new house in, if that's the property line. This looks like it's sitting right on the front property.
Well, that fence that is on the other side of the carport, frankly, looks like that would be way into a setback too.
No, I mean, that's a 7th Avenue. That's a very narrow right over swales in that street. The houses are really close up to the street because these are the old houses.
Okay.
But I would be curious to know if where those the foundation of that carport. All right, so you guys are checking on that carport. That was the question on that. All right, do you have any other business? Nope, nothing. Okay, so our next meeting would be February 5th.
I didn't know she was missing. She told me about, she popped a water line, so I had to go and find her name and turn the water off. But I didn't know.
Were you guys home during the car wreck?
I was gonna ask.
I was not home, my wife was. We did hear the screeching tires. We had two people like doing the maintenance around the house and they heard it, went over and saw it like after it heard it.
Wait, was it coming from our street
Yeah,
that
Wilson
way
did.
or from Sixth that way?
Tripping because then the next 2 days later, a reporter came to our house, see, and those caught it because they were on their.
Just as fast as they possibly
Southbound
can.
drifting, back on the-
Did your ring catch it or anything, or?
I didn't have anything, our neighbors to the right left of us had a little bit, just what the working hypothesis that there were two cars. And that one was chasing or they were pulling.
Hot
One
rod.
was fleeing one and they're both just driving past. So they wanted to try to find footage of the second car. I don't think anything more, some like, from an investigation point of view, but I know a second.
You said that the third person died.
But I drove by the next day and I just couldn't logically figure out how you would pick up that much speed unless you somehow made the turn off.
Yeah, no, so apparently they're flying and drifting and made it very, so my wife heard that screeching left-hand turn. So, 119. What? What I was saying is that's all part of it. Walking and drifting, pouring rain. In like normal clothing.
Oh, so the person they hit, or the person was chasing.
Same, like 2 hours ago.
Oh,
She never, I've seen her recently. She didn't-
the house?
And don't think she texts me, I was like, hey, pretty strong, yeah.
The one across the street, the one? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So just to let you guys know, we disapproved the fence around the log cabin on 121st Street. So, they've come back and they said they got an estimate that it's gonna be about 110,000 to pick it up and move it. No, they have, remember, they have an approved permit to replace the log cabin on 121st. And we're trying to get them to
Now you're saying one guy has a different fence with that
that location. So we approved the fence to go around it,
inching closer to it.
inching them tearing it down. So, but he, the guy, I did talk to him and he did get a quote. Basically $110,000. They can pick it up. They have to disconnect FPL. They're gonna have to take down the trees between the house and Sixth Avenue in the median. Move it, go down Sixth Avenue, bring it in here. That's the idea. But then another 120-something thousand, 125,000, put it on a foundation. So it's like a $250,000 price tag. And I pleaded with him again. I was like, you have this opportunity to do this really cool wood guest house, route like, it would be a really cool developer, live in a, have a log cabin as part of your new construction, and they just don't want to hear it. So, but it's their property. You can, we can do. So I've got to talk to the commission about it, but that's pretty much what's gonna happen there. So our next meeting is the 5th. Can I have a motion to adjourn? I think somebody, okay. David. Okay. Ed, then David. We are adjourned.